Hey guys, Sexdu26 here, and before I start the video, I'd like to make a few shoutouts. First of all to Ninja Hero 361 and John Corseth of Dreamland Messenger, because, like me, they're also working on MegaMan Battle Network 2 extras. Ninja Hero is looking at battle chips and program advances, while John is doing style changes. And despite the fact that up until this point, I have been unable to work on my extra vids, they have been incredibly supportive, especially John, who sent me some of the stuff I needed to get these extra vids recorded. So thanks again, mate. As for Ninja Hero, he's just been all-round generally supportive as a friend, so I really appreciate your support as well. Thanks. I'm going to put links to both of their channels, both in the description and in the video as annotations, because I really recommend you check out both of their channels. Now, the other person I need to thank, especially, is RoahmMythril, because, of course, without that awesome icy dragon, I wouldn't be doing these extras. Roahm, I really appreciate you accepting my request to do these replacement extras. And, yeah, I hope you like what I produce. So, I think that's it in the way of shoutouts. So, yeah, without further ado, let's start with the MegaMan Battle Network 2 extras. Net Battling. A test of skill for net navies and operators alike. However, unless you plan on tackling things Buster Only Dragon style, you're going to need something to give you that extra edge. Weapons, defenses, utilities. What you're going to need is battle chips. Returning in MegaMan Battle Network 2 are, of course, battle chips. Some new, some old, some here to stay, some that aren't. So many battle chips, so little time. And boy, did Capcom not shortchange us on battle chips. In fact, they gave us a whopping 193 standard battle chips. And that's only the first category. So, I think it's about time we got started on those demonstration vids. Ladies and gentlemen, let us start with the standard battle chips from MegaMan Battle Network 2. So the first series of battle chips is a returning one from the first game, and is probably the most straightforward and basic series there is. But sometimes simplest is best. Blasting the bits with the Cannon series. So first up is Cannon. It's pretty much what it says on the tin, a nice big cannon. It deals 40 damage to any enemy it hits. Then there's HiCannon, which is slightly stronger, doing 60 damage and producing a yellow explosion as opposed to Cannon's blue one. And finally we have MegaCannon, the strongest of the three, which does 80 damage and produces a red explosion when fired. Unfortunately, since the first game, the Cannon series was nerfed, so HiCannon and MegaCannon do significantly less damage than they used to. Nevertheless, it's a very useful series and the chips are very handy to have at the start of the game. So the next series could actually be considered simpler than the first one. It takes your default weapon and gives it a shot with a greater blast radius. Not much else to it. Shoot them down to size with the Blaster series. So first up we have Shotgun, or as it's known in the English dub of the anime, Blaster, hence the name of this family of battle chips. It basically works like an enhanced Buster Shot, dealing 30 straight damage to the enemy it hits. However, it has an added bonus. Extended range! The blast extends one panel beyond the impact point, allowing you to hit multiple enemies and potentially delete multiple viruses at once. Next up is V-Gun, which, like Shotgun, also does 30 damage. However, as the name suggests, this one expands in a sideways V pattern, allowing you to hit more viruses than you could with Shotgun. Then there's CrossGun, which again does 30 damage, but improves upon V-Gun's range by expanding in a diagonal cross, allowing you to hit even more viruses. And finally we have Spreader, and you're probably wondering, why isn't there gun in the title? Well, to end your confusion, this battle chip's name is Spread Gun in Japanese. Anyway, again it does 30 damage, but has the greatest range, expanding to all 8 surrounding panels from the impact point. Meaning if the enemies are on the other side of the field and you hit the center panel, all viruses will be hit. What was once a single battle chip is now its own series in this game. Even if it is derived from the previous series with an element tacked onto it. Nevertheless, get soap in their eyes with the Bubbler series. So we start things off with Bubbler, or as it's known in Japanese, BubbleShot. So no, try not to confuse it with the AquaSpreader from the first game. Anyway, it has the same range as Shotgun, doing 40 damage to the panel it hits and the panel behind it. And of course, since it's Aqua based, double damage for fire viruses. Next we have Bubble V, which has a range of V-Gun and once again does 40 Aqua damage. Next we have BubbleCross, which has the same range as CrossGun and again does 40 Aqua damage. And finally, we have BubbleSpread, which functions exactly the same as the Bubbler battle chip from MegaMan Battle Network 1. It has the same range as Spreader and does 40 Aqua damage. Well, if we have a series of Aqua Blasters, surely we should have some of the Fire Persuasion as well. Yep, this one was also derived from a single battle chip in the first game. Turn up the heat with the Heater series. So the first chip of this family is HeatShot, which as you probably guessed has the same range as Shotgun and does 50 fire damage. And since it's fire based, all wood element viruses take double damage. Next is Heat V, which has the same range as V-Gun and does 50 fire damage. Then there's HeatCross, which has the same range as CrossGun and also does 50 fire damage. And finally there's HeatSpread, which functions exactly the same as the Heater battle chip from MegaMan Battle Network 1. It has the same range as Spreader and does 50 fire damage. Guns not your forte? Perhaps you'd like some projectile weapons. And when I say projectiles, I mean explosives. That's right, blow them to smithereens with the Bomb series. So the first battle chip in this family is MiniBomb, or as it's known in the English dub of the anime, MiniBoomer. It's a small bomb that MegaMan throws forward 3 panels, which does 50 damage. So next up is SmallBomb, or as the game abbreviates it, Lil Bomb. It has the same range and power as MiniBomb, however, it has a wider explosion, hitting one panel up and down from the impact point, meaning if you hit a center panel, you are guaranteed to hit the whole column. Then there's CrossBomb, which does 60 damage, but unlike CrossGun, explodes in a straight cross. And finally, we have BigBomb, the strongest of the series, doing 70 damage and having the greatest range, extending to all 8 panels around the impact point. However, it should be noted that the Bomb series was nerfed in the same way as the Cannon series, so CrossBomb and BigBomb are less powerful than they were in the first game. Exploding bombs not your thing? Well, we've got just the thing for you in this next series. What? There's such a thing as a bomb that doesn't explode? Well, when it's wood-based, yeah, that happens. Por esta bomba! Or as we like to say in English, plant your roots in the enemy field with the TreeBomb series. So first up is TreeBomb 1. It's a seed, much like the ones used by Woodman EXE in the first game, which does 100 wood damage and has the same throwing distance as a bomb. It can be used in 2 different ways. One way is to have it land on the enemy, and the second way is to plant it and wait for it to grow, producing a wood tower that goes down the row it lands in. However, if you're an element virus, you don't stand a chance either way. Then there's TreeBomb 2, which does 120 damage. finally we have TreeBomb 3, which does 150 wood damage. So you guys are probably wondering, Sax dude, aren't you done with the TreeBomb series? Well, there's one other thing I'd like to talk about first. In the description for the TreeBomb battle chips it says, water for a power up. Basically that means water the TreeBomb with an Aqua Element battle chip. Now the timing can be a bit difficult to get, but if you can get it right, the TreeBomb instantly sprouts a wood tower which does double damage. So if you've got both Aqua Element battle chips and TreeBombs in your folder, it can be very beneficial. It seems fitting that the largest series of standard battle chips is the one that the Battle Network series is most often associated with. In fact, it has nearly doubled in size since the first game. Prepare to slice and dice with the Blade series. Despite being a close-range weapon, the Sword Battle Chip, or CyberSword as it's known in the English dub of the anime, is one of the two most powerful battle chips you start the game with. It does 80 non-elemental damage to any viruses in the panel directly ahead of you, and it is incredibly fast. Next up we have WideSword, which has the same power rating as Sword, but attacks over a wider area of 3 panels vertically, if you're standing in the middle row. And then there's LongSword, which has the same power rating as Sword, but has the added bonus of extended range, hitting 2 panels ahead of you. Now we come to the elemental wide swords. First up is FireSword, which has the same range as WideSword and does 100 fire damage. Then there's AquaSword, which also has the same range as WideSword, but does 100 aqua damage. And wrapping up this trio, we have ElecSword, which once again has the same range as WideSword, but does 100 electric damage. And now the elemental longswords. First up we have FireBlade, which has the same range as LongSword, but does 90 fire damage. Then there's AquaBlade, which again has the same range as LongSword, but does 90 aqua damage. And then there's ElecBlade, which, as the pattern would dictate, has the same range as LongSword, but does 90 elect damage. Now we come to the StepSword battle chip. MegaMan takes 2 steps forward and produces a powerful wide sword that does 150 damage. And now for another subgroup, the Kunai series. First up, Kunai 1. MegaMan produces 2 spinning kunai knives, 1 panel diagonally in front of him. Despite the fact that the chip says this attack does 40 damage, if timed correctly the damage can stack to about 80. Then we have Kunai 2, which functions exactly the same except it produces the kunai 2 panels ahead of MegaMan. And then we have Kunai 3, which still performs exactly the same, but produces the kunai 3 panels ahead of MegaMan. CustomSword is one of those interesting battle chips that functions differently depending on how full the custom window is. As the custom window begins to fill, the sword gains power. The power increases exponentially the more full the bar is. But as soon as it fills completely, its power is reduced to 0. So for the best result, you should let the custom bar fill, and then just before the bar fills completely, you unleash the sword. The most amount of damage it could produce is about 250. Ever wanted a battle chip that gets stronger the more damage you take? Well, this next battle chip is probably the one for you. Enter the Muramasa, the blade wielded by the NetNavi Shadow Man. The power increase of this battle chip is equal to the amount of damage you take. However, I wouldn't advise using this battle chip all the time, more so as a last resort, because if you rely on it as your main attack, things can get a little bit dicey. Next up is the VariableSword, and to be totally honest, at first glance, it probably comes across as an overpowered sword with a random 1 second delay on it. But there is a lot more to this sword than meets the eye. During that 1 second pause, button combinations can be entered to unleash more powerful attacks. For example, by entering this combination here, it unleashes a LongSword. By entering this combination, it produces a WideSword. By using this combination, FireSword. This combination produces LongSword. And finally, this combination produces 3 energy waves. And finally, we have the Slasher Battle Chip. While holding the A button, if a virus comes within your side of the field, you will automatically slash at it, doing 180 damage.